Welcome back, everyone, to my first playthrough of Trails in the Sky the Third. We are currently in the middle of Schera's Door, the story with Schera and Aina. I think it's Moon Door 2. I always forget which one it is. But in the last episode, we did the first chunk of that, and we got as far as them chasing us into the sewers, and we stopped there. So that's where we're going to pick up. I don't remember how to get out. Not like that.
Oh, are we done already? Oh, are we done already?
Aina likes to stand in front of me to protect me. Oh, jeez.
Oh, are we done already?
Oh, good. She got an S break now. Goodness gracious! Did I go the wrong way? Is that why there are so many enemies here?
Seems you came up
It's literally one monster after another. I gotta remember that thing explodes.
Seems you came up short.
Aina, can you please not die? That would be great. Oh, I didn't actually read the chest. I'm empty now, but when I was younger, adventurers couldn't keep their hands off me. So tell me, how effective was that expired medicine?
Oh, are we done already?
Isn't that where I just came in? Maybe not. I don't miss these sewers, I can tell you that.
Oh, are we done already? Seems you came up short.
Do you take joy in yanking out others' insides? Okay, I'm pretty sure I went the wrong way. But I'm not positive.
Seems you came up short.
So I heard you like chests, you pervert. That's a new one.
Seems you came up.
I don't know if I was actually supposed to just go through the stairs there. I honestly do not remember.
Seems you came up.
Nope. I was not supposed to come through here.
Seems you came up short.
Okay, I didn't go this other direction. There's nowhere to go. Okay. So I was heading the right way. Don't think I went down here. I don't remember now, I keep confusing myself. Is it not budging? Stay quiet for a minute. I'll handle this. Wow, you really are amazing. But not for this. This isn't all that different from breaking into a safe, to be honest. Really though, you shouldn't be impressed by these kinds of things, or getting used to them. Why? There's some things in life you're just better off not knowing. And some things you're better off not being able to do. The entire town smelled like a rotting open drain and was reviled even for a slum. The people who ended up there were largely those who couldn't be accommodated in a prison, those who had been driven out of the cities, or children who had been abandoned there like yesterday's garbage. I did whatever I had to in order to survive and to live to see another day. Picking pockets at every opportunity was a habit I picked up from a very young age. Anything that caught my eye, I took. But even then, I didn't end up with enough to live on. There were always men there who made their living by taking from people like me. The surest way to make money was stealing from the safes of the rich when they were out of their mansions. The residential area full of wealthy people on the other side of the river, accessible through an underground sewer, was a perfect target for this. Every time I felt hungry, I sneaked inside one of the mansions and made use of the skills I felt like I'd known since the day I was born. The most important thing to remember when doing this was not to take everything in one go. Instead, the key was to take only a small amount each time, enough to get by, but not enough for the mansion's owner to notice anything was gone. With a simple piece of wire, I had access to enough Mira to live for a couple more weeks. Before I knew it, I was doing it every day, building a stockpile of money instead of simply taking what I needed in the short term. And boy, I paid the price for it. I had it all taken from me by the men of the slums, and ended up being kicked and stomped on until I coughed up blood. Everyone did what they did, or they said they did as much anyway, so that they could keep living on. Always pretending to be desperate as an excuse to live by any means, but always taking the easiest road they could find. The town I lived in was devoid of energy, but full of filthy humans like them, and like me. Again and again, I thought about giving it up. Again and again, I said to myself that I wanted to stop, but I couldn't do it. I hated myself for what I was doing. I hated the fact that I couldn't stop. It was because I didn't want to return to that life that I ended up becoming a bracer. Because if I didn't, I was scared I would end up right back where I was. The troop had saved me from that place and had made me into a respectable human being. But when I lost them, I was afraid. One thought stood out above all the rest. No matter how much I tried to forget, no matter how used I became to my new life, no matter how much I tried to deny it, I was yesterday's garbage from the slums, and nothing I could do would change that. And that's it, really. One day I'm sure I'll end up returning there. That's why I need to be strong. To stay strong. What job I do doesn't even matter. Anything I can pour my heart into that'll let me live an honest life is fine. Anything that keeps my mind off the past. Anything that lets me keep the ugliness of my heart at bay. If it makes me strong without relying on others, then it's fine. It's fine. I need to be strong. Stronger than anyone. Stronger than anyone. But am I? Am I really doing all right in my new life? Am I really getting stronger? Am I, Lucy? Miss Scherazard? Are you all right? You're looking very gloomy all of a sudden. It's nothing. I'm fine. As soon as I finish this job, Kurt will give me the last recommendation I need. I can finally become a real bracer. Then no one will be able to tell me I'm not strong. I won't let them. I will be strong. Anyway, we're leaving. Wait a second. Miss Scherazard? Do I actually have to walk through the rest of the sewers, or will it just... As soon as I finish this job... Nope, I have to keep walking. Dang it. I was hoping it would just spit me out on the other side. Guess it's locked. I know it is. Just shut up. You'll break my concentration. Oh, my bad. Finally back on the surface. It's evening, too. That took longer than I thought it would. We should hurry. Of course. Are you alright, though? What? You look kind of pale. Are you feeling tired? Maybe we should rest a little before moving on. I'm fine. I've had enough training to handle this level of physical activity, thank you very much. Don't underestimate the stamina of a bracer. I suppose you're right. I'm sorry. Wait, what the hell? She was never more than a few steps behind me at any given moment. How is she still fine? She never seemed out of breath, even when we were being chased by those guys, come to think of it. I feel like there were a few times when she was even ahead of me. What is up with this girl? Is this, like, nothing to her? Are you absolutely sure you don't need to rest? I do have a few snacks on me. Would you like me to share some? It's okay. I'm definitely fine. Right now we need to focus on getting to the guild so we can hide out there. Food breaks can wait. We might have run into a lot of trouble on the way, but the request was to show her around the capital. I've done that. Now all I need to do is get back to the guild, and this request is done. I win. Come on, get a move on. I still feel like it would be a good idea to rest at least a little, though. Are you certain you're alright? How many times do I need to repeat myself before you get the message? To hell with it all. Right. It's Neil. Unkempt man. Oh. I was up all night working that damn story. All night. Who the hell does Notisha think she is? The better the scoop, the hotter it needs to be caught. Does she think I don't know that? Ugh. What do you think he's talking about? I've got no more idea than you do. Maybe he's using some kind of code like those men from earlier? He couldn't be one of them, could he? Do you think he could be? Damn it all. I can't be sure. Just look at his eyes, though. He doesn't look like a man who makes an honest living to me. I see what you mean. We've come this far. There's no way I'm letting us get caught now. We need to proceed carefully and deliberately. Let's see if we can find another route. Aha! If I remember correctly, that house over there is empty. This way, follow me. For radio's sake, if I could get blah 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 blah. Wait, he works at the villa now, doesn't he? Just my luck. It's ages away. I swear this job's bad for my blood pressure. Yes, it is. They're still just hiding there. It's nighttime now. Come on. Why are there still so many of them going around? How can we get to the guild like this? I think we're gonna have to spend the rest of the night here, unfortunately. It won't need to come to that. I think if I can find a good opening, we can force our way through. It's just a case of finding one. I don't think that's a good idea. We need to be careful and rest while we can. As logical as that sounds, I'm not buying it's her real reason. Get grip, Schera. I can't let my emotions get the better of me. There's no guarantee we're even safe here, you know? I still think the safest option in the long run is to get to the guild, no matter what we have to do to get there. Hey, where do you think you're going? I think the second floor is a better place to rest than the first. We'll find it easier to escape from here than we would from below. This should be a good spot. Wait one damn minute. This is your safety we're talking about here. You could stand to listen to me. Those men will be patrolling carefully for the rest of the night. They aren't going to give you the opening you want. Or at least I don't believe they will. We've made it this far, so I think it would be best for us to rest tonight and resume trying tomorrow, don't you? Trying to do what? Pardon? You're still hiding something, aren't you? For one thing, you're awfully familiar with the city for someone who claims it's her first time here. You also seem to know a lot about those men and what they will and won't do, too. What exactly are you really after? plain as day at this point that you want more than just not to be caught by them. If that wasn't the case, you wouldn't have asked to be shown around the capital. Not that I think that's what you want either. What's your real goal? Well, no answer? The work we do is based around trust. We can't accept requests from people who won't tell us what they're up to, or who knows what kinds of crimes we could be abetting. Go on. The whole thing about the inheritance was all a big fat lie, wasn't it? Something about you'd been setting off alarms since we started running around together. Strike that. Since you first came to the guild. Why did you lie to me? The story about the inheritance is true. I swear it. I want to go to Grancel Castle. I really am the one to whom my grandfather gave his fortune. But I haven't finished the necessary procedures to truly inherit it yet. Until I complete the required paperwork in Grancel Castle's administrative room, I'm not legally allowed anything. And that's why there are so many of those men in black around that area. All of my relatives know exactly what I need to do, you see. So they're trying to make sure I can't do it. Still, if I don't keep trying to move forward, what a mess. Well, okay, for argument's sake, let's assume that I believe all of what you just said. Why am I only hearing about it now? That is... You thought I'd want in on that money, didn't you? If I did, and I knew everything, I'd have all the opportunities a greedy girl could dream of to take it when together with you. That's what you thought I'd do, isn't it? I'd play along and then steal it all for myself the second a chance presented itself. Do I look like that much of a scumbag to you? No, you don't. That's not it at all. After I lost grandfather, I lived all on my own. But the second his will became public, I had crowds of people descending upon me. People who, like you said, were interested only in claiming his fortune for themselves. They all started to live in mine and my grandfather's house, and before I knew it, my once peaceful life was shattered. One day, someone would push me down the stairs. Another, I'd taste something funny in my food. These kinds of things began happening on a regular basis. Legally, they were my relatives while I was a minor, so there was very little I could do. I tried reasoning with them at first, but in the end, I had no choice but to leave home myself. I wandered the highways alone, going from place to place and trying not to be discovered. But I knew that while I could hopefully avoid being caught that way, I'd eventually just be declared as missing and presumed dead. Besides, after I'd left once, even if I did go back home, I knew I'd promptly be locked up somewhere and reported as still missing regardless. Grandfather's will would be declared as invalid in time, and my relatives would blissfully share their newly bequeathed wealth between them. I hated the thought of that happening. That was why I decided to return here to the capital. Even if it's the last thing I do, I will formally inherit what he wanted me to. That was why I decided to try and get an escort from someone I could trust. So it's not that I don't think I can trust you, not at all. And, I will admit that wanting to explore the capital was a lie. I'm sorry for deceiving you. You're a grade A moron. I'm sorry? You could have said all this from the beginning and saved us a lot of headache. If I'd known what you were trying to do, I would have been able to formally escort you where you want to go. And the guild would have been the safest place for you to hide out, too. We wouldn't have ended up in this dump instead. I suppose you're right. I was just scared. I'll never be able to forget what I saw that day. What I saw in the eyes of everyone who gathered to hear that will read. The horror I felt when I saw it. Madness, insanity, cold, murderous light. Emotions that no one can explain, that no one can put into words. It wasn't visible for long before they managed to push it back below the surface and out of sight. But it was still there. Because now, I believe that's something that all of us possess naturally. Human beings are capable of limitless cruelty, every one of us. And that realization's left me terrified of us all. It's not that I don't trust bracers, it's just that I've been so scared. I'm so sorry. I know I shouldn't have wasted your time with any of this. I I should never have gotten you caught up in all of this when you were busy enough already. Just forget that I... Listen. Huh? It's my policy to give 100% to all work I undertake. Don't underestimate me. I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. I've wanted to be strong and to live with my head held high. I still believe I was right to feel that way. And yes, I've lived my hardest until now. But you've made me notice that there's something wrong with my attitude. I'm not going about it the right way. And it's made me realize anew that I want to be able to keep living with pride in my every step. So no more saying sorry, okay? I want to see this job through to the very end. Okay, we are going to stop right there. The story is taking a lot longer than I expected, so in the next one we will continue on with it. This really does not bode well, though, if you guys told me the Chloe door is the longest, and this one's taking me 3 videos to do. Chloe door is going to take a little while, so we'll get around to that one at some point. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.